Hello, everybody. We're back. Weren't here last week because I almost died, but we're back now.
Yeah.
Uh, no Sam, of course. The last time you saw us, we played Lex's campaign, and that was a lot of fun. Go check it out. It's up on the old YouTube channel. You can check it out. Do it. Or else.
Chaos, it's fun.
It's all right. And then I'm still coughing and still sick, but I can function and be upright, so it's all fine. Kate, what do you want to yell about?
Everything.
Okay.
But you can check out specific things on my Redbubble, krtheater/shop/Redbubble. I'm pretty sure. And you can check out our official party logo as the Lunartics.
Oh yeah.
Featuring the moon in Groove Voice. And also another art piece for our favorite party familiar, Scribble. Scribble is easier to draw than Penny, is why Scribble is there. I can't draw dogs. Maybe I'll trace a automaton dog at some point.
Get fucked.
We'll get like a Penny 7.0 in there somewhere.
Well, I'll start bringing Scribble out a bit more.
She'll have a laser gun on her back, and it'll be sick. But yeah, go check that out.
She'll be modified. One of the upcoming marks will be a really drawable dog.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
You need to
Only
do Earl,
squares.
Oral. What is his name?
Errol.
Errol.
Errol?
You do Errol, yeah, because it's literally just baby Bowser just adapted a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I need to see art of Errol. I need to see art of what Caleb is thinking, so I can
I'll draw
accurately
I'll
transcribe.
draw something.
Well,
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
anything else?
That's what I got.
That's it?
Also, my birthday's next week,
Oh wow.
so buy stuff for my birthday.
Do it.
Yeah, or else.
Or else.
Or else. This time I actually mean it.
Or else you'll
With a
never see
threat.
it. Or else you'll never see us again.
Yeah. Or else Justin's deleting the channel.
Yeah, why not?
No.
That'd be fun.
At least just archive it at the most.
Nah.
I downloaded
All you need are memories. Last we left
TikTok
off.
download.
Traversing the shadow-touched wilds, you pass by one of the countless craters that scour the landscape. As you drew near, a strange connection seemed to pulse between Crearyn's spear and the crater itself. Intrigued, Crearyn ventured into the crater, appearing in a shadowy domain, likely the Shadowfell, and was met by a disembodied voice calling itself the Shepherd of the Ceaseless End. It spoke of aiding in your quest to defeat Thalassirian, but only if you agreed to one condition: to free it from its prison. The key to its freedom, it claimed, was held by Matrigan of the Tangled Weave. Upon exiting the crater, your journey continued towards Tundrathel through the ruins of Nelduin, where rumors of travelers vanishing along the road had begun to spread. You stopped by the murky waters of Grey Lake, where you uncovered the source of the disappearances, a grotesque, bloated toad-like creature. Its angler-like tendril, mimicking the appearance of a humanoid corpse, was used to lure unsuspecting victims into its grab to, rob said corpse, which Crearyn tried to do. After a hard-fought battle, one wouldn't call it hard-fought, you cut off the tendril, along with a hand and some of the creature's mucus. To escape the biting cold of said tundra, you cleverly affixed a doorknob to a boulder, creating a gateway to Matrigan's domain, where you decided to spend the night. In the quiet that followed, Abraham used to detect thoughts on Crearyn, only for Crearyn to sense something else lingering in Abraham's mind, attempting to probe deeper as well. So, then you all went to sleep. So, you all awake to another morning, having gained the benefits of a long rest, each of you. And with the same tree from the previous day's rest in the tower, screaming through the windows before yawning and falling asleep. So you're awoken by the same screaming-faced tree with a face on it outside of the tower before it once again yawns and once again falls back asleep.
Nine hells.
Good morning.
I have a
getting
mechanics question real quick
Okay.
before we get too deep into RP. So I have a level of exhaustion, and
Yeah.
it says I have to eat and drink to get rid of it during a long rest, but I don't need to eat and drink to survive.
That sucks.
Okay. I will get back to you on that.
No, like dumb. Long rest should
Okay.
long rest get rid of exhaustion. I don't.
I mean, most undead
Okay.
are immune
Like
to
I said,
exhaustion anyway.
I'm gonna be really
Yeah.
aloof with shit lately because once this campaign's done, we're done with D&D. So
Fair. Okay.
you know, so
Cool.
I don't give a fuck.
Great.
Dumb rules like that, I don't give a fuck about.
Sick. Sorry, continue.
No, that's it. You guys are woken up by a screaming tree, same as the night before.
So our goal is to head to what's that place called again? Volkil. Continuing on, avoiding touching dead bodies.
What was that? There's dead bodies and you're avoiding touching them?
Yeah. You don't remember what happened at that lake just a second ago with that pond?
Oh, I thought we were still in Matrigan's place.
You
we
are.
are. We're just avoiding. The continued trip is to avoid doing that. Is to
Oh.
touching the random dead bodies that we find by ponds.
Sorry. Yes.
No, that's okay. Yeah.
You will not be. I will say this up front. We will not be reaching Volkil again this session because Sam's not here.
Right. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Everybody, gather up your belongings. Let's head on out.
Yeah, we got a whole day's travel to get to. Well, maybe not whole days to get to Tundrathel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, quite happily. Beautiful. The beard.
Oh boy.
Like an old man.
That's Errol.
It's
Okay.
Fucking-
It's
like a
horrific.
teacup.
Send me a picture of that.
But you all.
I'm not the drawer in the family.
You all wake up to the screaming tree. You all exit the tower. Matrigan is still away on her little vacation. You don't see her anywhere. Her house is vacant. No lights on. Then you remember the way to get out of here is to use the doorknob.
Scooch,
Yes,
you
I
got that old knob. You got the knob. What do we call it? Knob man? Knob?
I don't know if we should refer to him
The
as
door
that.
man?
Maybe doorman would be nice.
Doorbird?
Oh, like a cuckoo clock. Burst out
Is
of the
that-
door. Ooh.
Hi. What do you think, Scooch?
There's an
Would it be a cuckoo clock, bird? Can you build one of those?
Well, yeah, you want an alarm clock? You need a clock? I can build you a clock.
Just
that'd be
I
lovely.
mean, if you could get the door with the knob.
Knob the
Yeah.
door.
The door stays there. Guys, the door stays there. Start walking towards it.
Oh yeah.
The door stays there. I keep the knob when we're not here. When we're here, the door stays there.
Right. I forgot.
You just can't carry around that random doorknob for no reason?
Yeah, I don't just like make a door happen every. This door stays the same. If I were to pull the door every time, we'd have a hell of a time because it can't move it for 24 hours after I've done it.
We'd have to really commit to where we're staying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is only once every 24 hours, isn't it?
Like or something like that, or 8 hours, or it's got a very specific time element that I have forgotten.
Do we... Sorry, I think we might have asked this last session, but
It's been a while.
Tundrathel, is there anything predominant about that city? that we
It's
would know
it's
of,
another
or-
one of those like pass-through settlements. They are one of the only settlements in this region that don't have worms stationed there to defend it. And
That's what it was.
yeah, and
Yes.
it's known for having a beacon that can be seen in the tundra, so people don't get lost trying to find it. Basically, it's like a beacon light. If people get lost in the tundra, they can just walk towards that beacon and they'll find a settlement. That's kind of what Tundrathel is known for.
So would, like, in this area, we would be able to see the beacon? Or at least-
Not yet.
Okay.
It's like what? Southeast from here? Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Just keep following the road.
On the path, yeah.
We can stay on it.
Alright, let's do it. And Abe's gonna finish up some of his spell preparation.
Okay. So you all leave Matrikin's domain. The door closes behind you. The doorknob turns the door off. And you continue down the road. Or what road there is a semblance of in this region.
I'm gonna make sure my hood is up for my cloak.
Okay.
Because dragon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Start walking. The weather is clear. There are no blizzards. Again, it's pretty dark because of the time of day. But eventually, after a few hours of travel down this road, a gleaming light catches your eye on the horizon, as if the sun is reflecting off of something massive as the sun begins to rise. It's a familiar sight to most. This is the great beacon of Tundrathel, crafted to reflect the sun's rays and the light of the moon and guide those lost in the tundra of the Koldaria expanse towards safety and civilization. So you're still about 12 miles out, but now you can see the beacon and know the direction to Tundrathel.
Oh, there it is. That's bright.
Think they got any casinos in Tundrathel with lights that bright?
Probably not.
If Abraham thinks back, has he like been through Tundrathel before?
Everyone's probably been through Tundrathel.
Okay.
It is very much a pass-through
Well,
settlement.
Yeah. Well, we've definitely been through it after we were all
Yeah.
captured
Yeah.
and taken north. But
Nice.
yeah.
People,
Mm-hmm.
even if
Um,
people haven't been through it, they know about it because of the beacon and everything.
beacon.
Okay. Do we have any vibes or like do we know like the vibe of the place or like what it's known for outside of the like I guess we already know it's known for the beacon, but
Yeah.
do we know what like if the populace has any like slants towards anything? Like is it a gambling town? Is it like a
It's mostly a pass-through merchant town where people
Okay.
pick up supplies and
Nice.
stuff.
cool?
Will we know why they aren't monitored specifically by? Is there a rumor or reason why the worms aren't predominant in this place? Or haven't
not that people know of.
So they're just
Uh,
not there.
They're just not there, so probably people theorize probably they don't care about the settlement enough to like actually station people there.
So this actually reminds me of, and Caleb might know what this actually is, but I can only recall it. There's somewhere between Iowa and Chicago. There's like the biggest truck stop in the U.S.
Bucky's.
I don't know. Something.
That's in Texas.
Oh,
No,
it is?
Actually, this
Okay.
is the
Yeah.
no. No, I'm saying we have the world's biggest truck stop. It's called the world's biggest
Yeah.
truck stop on I-80.
Bucky's is mostly in
Oh.
Texas.
Bucky's is a Texas thing, but we have a truck stop called World's Biggest Truck Stop. It's on I-80. It's got its own movie theater, and it's several buildings. It's more like a complex. You can get T-shirts, mugs, whatever you want there. It's got a couple food courts. There's also a buffet.
I wouldn't liken Tundrathel to that.
Oh, okay.
A truck stop.
It's
I just
like-
figured like it sounds like a convenience store / big
No,
truck stop essentially of a town.
people generally like know the economy there revolves around furs, crafting from like bones and medicine.
Okay.
There's like a single
they're more like
there's a single tavern.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a festival that happens occasionally, one night a year. There. Yeah.
Methinks maybe some people at the altar of the moon frequent this place.
party place.
Uh,
It's-
the festival, people would know the festival is called the Great Gathering Festival, where people traverse into the Shadowtouch Wilds once a year to look for rare plants that bloom on one night a year. It's just the thing for like hippies to go into the woods and gather weird plants that don't show up for like an entire year.
That's awesome.
I'm going to dispose of the Worm's Plate and the Dominion Glaive.
Just like in the snow.
Yeah, because we don't have a means of hiding that, right?
No.
We don't have a bag of holding or anything
No.
like that. Okay, so yeah, Crearyn is just gonna walk off and like lug it into the tundra and just get rid of it.
Okay.
It's a bit of a bummer because that would be useful, but it's also paraphernalia.
Yeah, it's very much, and I can't just
It's
wear it.
There's something I could never mind.
I was gonna
It's
give
very
it. I mean,
it's very akin to carrying a certain uniform around.
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, just get rid of that shit. And then Crearyn is gonna like, they're gonna wipe their face like they're wiping sweat, and as they do, the skin just kind of shifts and molds, and begins to change. They're gonna be a pretty nondescript, like easily just overlooked, generic human female.
Okay.
The hair kind of grows a bit longer and cascades down. They just
Perfect.
tie it up in a little bit of a leather aspect. The dark circles that Crearyn like rocks always, like as part of their changeling aspect. There's just like slight little, like it looks like slight bulging veins like
Gross.
around here at the base. So a slight discoloration, like they don't get enough sleep, and then like a little bit of like lifted veins.
Okay.
Oh, and their eyes are like completely black. Like there's white, but like the actual like iris aspect of it, and pupil are all just like almost solid black,
Okay.
or just really really dark.
Oh. Well, whose face is that?
I don't remember her name. That's the point. Some of these people I just have because it's good to have selections.
I
you
really
recognize
wanted
her?
to make an out of taste joke. I'll say it later.
Do any of you recognize her? That would be a problem if you do.
Dad?
Oh, Josie.
No.
As a joke.
Do I look like yo?
So yeah, do y'all? So y'all never you don't ever make original creations.
Can't.
You can't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's not in our wheelhouse. What you see, the base sculpture, if you will, is the original.
So, I mean, sculptor,
Mm-hmm.
kind of a misnomer. Be more like a mold, right?
Well, I have to sculpt my form to take the shape of another form.
Right. But that's what a mold does.
Right, but
Sorry,
No.
not a slattering. I
big
get
brain.
it. I
I've
get
never
it.
considered it such. It's the notion of the name was given to me long ago, so it's just stuck.
Can y'all mix and match?
No, it's a
Like the eye
duplicate.
from one now. Wow.
Okay.
That's why if you ever see me kiss the lips of a deceased, it's what I'm doing. I'm stealing their face. Doesn't always have to be deceased. It's just easier to assume the visage.
Tero is gonna look at you and say, "We should work together more."
I agree. I was very jealous that you did so much gathering in that house, the manor. I had many options that I could have
Well,
choose from.
I'll
but-
save the faces next time.
your heads actually would be perfect.
Right, do I have any more of those? I used quite a fair number. I'm out.
Who's leading the
could s-
group, by the way?
I think Sammy
Samira.
is.
No, Samira. Yeah.
Oh, I
Sammy
never
is.
goes wrong.
I have proficiency in survival. I've got to
I
roll
know.
good sometime.
I know. Uh,
But
Yeah.
by the way, does it make sense for us to be wearing snowshoes right now? Like, would it be helpful?
yeah.
Okay.
I've
then
been
I'll
assuming
be
that
wearing my
everyone who
snowshoes.
has the snowshoes that they were given earlier in the campaign have been wearing them when they're traversing the tundra. If not, it would be each hex would take 10 hours instead of 5.
Yeah, we found crampons, didn't we? Or we found
Crampons are for
something.
Ice.
crampons are for like using
mountains,
walking along ice
yeah.
and stuff and up like things.
Yeah.
I think
Imagine
I
the-
gave everybody snowshoes at the start and then kind of because they're just a common thing people have here. Anyways, Samira,
Mm-hmm.
roll me 2 D100s, please.
2 D100s?
Yes, please.
Dose.
Okay.
$2.
And give me the lower number.
First set is a 45.
Interesting. I want the lower number.
Oh, no. And we got... Oh, 30.
30.
Is the lower.
Okay. Okay.
30.
You guys are walking down the road, talking about faces and heads. You all feel a kind of tremor, slightly.
And pause on my track. Oh, what was that?
that?
Scooch, can you get your eyes in the sky?
Okay, Scooch, you lift off. Give me a perception check with advantage because of your height. And this is this is a tundra, so it's just like barren,
White.
not barren, but like yeah, barren technically. Just snow and tiny little hills and white as far as the eye can see.
Do you see anything, Scooch?
17.
17. Well, let me.
Sir.
Okay. You see a brief bit of snow around the group get displaced. Like it kind of shifts a little bit, like something kicked up a snowdrift a little bit.
And as swiftly and as quietly as you can, you guys need to scatter.
Immediate. Starts running.
I'm gonna run in the opposite direction of Crearyn.
Okay.
We need to head to Tundrathel. Just
Run towards
make
Tund-
gaps.
You're gonna running 12 miles.
Well, like, don't like run off and
We're
like north
Into
south.
the
spreading out
tundra?
and then we go
Like just
like maybe
Okay.
maybe 30.
Fan
So,
out.
so
60
Crearyn and
feet away from
Samira
each
just
other.
Yep.
leaving Abraham and Tero still standing there, but Crearyn and Samira just go whoop and start running.
Abraham's just like... Abraham's half expecting, like, whatever is doing whatever to just lurch at whatever moves first, so he's kind of just waiting
Okay.
for that.
Crearyn, Samira, both of you roll D100s. You do
Okay.
not.
no.
You do not want the lower number.
Ooh, that's a one.
How did you roll a 1? 67.
Okay, Crearyn, you start running,
Yeah.
and you start to
Shield
feel,
is out.
You feel tremors.
Spear's
you feel
out.
tremors behind you.
Okay.
And Scooch, you see the snow, like blowing back from something that's tunneling after Crearyn.
Can I start to go towards him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start to fly towards him.
Okay.
Crearyn is gonna at the last second. They're gonna look over their shoulder. Can they see the
Yeah,
moving?
it's like 30.
I'm gonna dash.
It's like 30 feet wide, and it's just like kicking up this like tunnel behind you.
Anything wide?
Yeah,
I'm dashing. I'm dashing.
and it's
towards-
like it's keeping up pace with you. It's like basically you're running, and you're running on snow that's being displaced as it's like kind of on your heels.
So I'm dashing down to Crearyn.
Okay.
Uh,
Tero and Abraham are just standing still. Nothing's happening to them.
yeah.
Scooch, the closer you get, Crearyn, you're not you can't focus on what's chasing you. You're fucking running. It looks like the snow is like melting in places.
What kind of checks would I need to make to try and scoop Crearyn?
Well,
Besides a consent check. Important.
Oh yeah.
well, we're gonna have to do a couple little things here.
Great.
Down.
Just a couple. The first of which being, give me 1 second. Because of what's happening, and because all of my wonderful friends are sort of doing stuff,
Got to space this out.
no, I have to distract while I write stuff down
Oh yeah, no worries.
by my very slow method of speaking right now.
Boop boop beep, boop boop beep, boop boop beep, boop boop beep.
Or sorry, the burrowing isn't 30 feet wide. It's more like 10 to 15. Still a big burrowing
Yeah.
tunnel.
It's like
What we're gonna do, because you're diving towards Crearyn, Crearyn's running. Whatever this thing is that's chasing Crearyn is also doing things. Oh fuck yeah! I would like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Yeah.
There's no battle map for this because this was a random
Nice.
encounter, and I'm not gonna prep battle maps for every random encounter.
Of all the things to waste a nat 20 on.
I was this
Aw.
close, and then it rolled off to a 14.
Oh boy.
I feel that I need to take the tough feat.
Oh,
again.
Tero. I am Tero today.
I am Tero.
13 for Tero. Okay.
I'll be honest. I'm usually playing Asterion when I do stuff. So
Absolutely.
it's nice to be the rogue.
So,
Yeah.
Samira, you run off in the opposite direction. You're, at this point, we've had a couple rounds of kind of initiative order stuff happening. I'm going to say you're about 60 feet off the road to the right.
I was imagining, yeah, going like more east than south on the map.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crearyn went west.
Mm-hmm.
They're about 60 feet off the road. Abraham and Tero just stood still. Scooch is just about to get to Crearyn. You're about 10 feet away.
Okay.
10 feet? Okay.
Yep. Samira,
Yep.
you're up first. This is what's happening. 120 feet away is Crearyn.
Yeah.
Running from this burrow in the snow. Scooch is like dive bombing 10 feet away from Crearyn. Abraham and Tero are 60 feet away from you, just standing still in the middle of the road, not moving.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to stop and turn, realizing I'm not being actively followed in the moment. See Crearyn kind of like across the way, and I'm gonna hold a firebolt for any sign of disturbance in the snow, because firebolt is 120-foot range.
Okay,
So I'm gonna hold my action to throw a firebolt
perfect.
at anything that might come up over there
Perfect.
that isn't the party.
Crearyn.
If I hit Crearyn, it's not the end of the world, but
Crearyn.
Yeah.
Something erupts from the snow, basically under your feet, and basically throws you up into the air. I would like you to make either athletics or acrobatics to land on your feet.
Okay, I'm gonna do athletics.
You want a 12 or higher.
All right.
Can I throw my firebolt out at whatever
Well,
through
hold on a
Crearyn?
second.
One
Crearyn.
second. One
Okay.
second. Let me see if I have anything. I don't.
Okay, so first,
That's a natural 1 for an 8.
so you all see this thing
Oh.
burst. It's just you don't see much of anything right now. You just see a burst of snow as something erupts from the ground. You just see Crearyn disappear in the air through the snow. Again, the snow is still bursting, but Samira, you see something burst out of the snow, and you throw your firebolt in that direction. It is technically still, as this is all happening, you don't see its full form yet, so it is still technically partially obscured. So roll me an attack roll with your firebolt. So still nobody sees what is bursting out yet. Just this.
That is going to be a 24 to hit.
24 hits, but
Okay.
as it hits, whatever it hits doesn't react to the flame. As the snow falls away from this creature now, you see a 10 to 12 foot tall blue, kind of insectoid looking centipede like creature, which has, it's starting to flare out a little bit, its body like a cobra, and it's got spines of red down its back, and the snow that it basically erupted out of is like sticking on its body and slowly melting, like, well, not slowly melting, but quickly melting. And as your firebolt hits it, nothing happens. It is immune to fire damage.
But bug types are weak to fire types.
As a young Remoraz bursts from the snow, Crearyn, you're only knocked about, like, we'll say 10 feet into the air, and you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you land prone in the snow. And on its turn, the young Remoraz is going to look down at you, who ran away and attracted it. It is going to make a bite attack against you with advantage because you're prone.
Yeah.
For a 17 to hit.
A miss. The shield comes up. Block.
We'll say it comes down,
Okay.
it bites onto your shield, and it lifts you up into the air.
Huh.
So you're no longer prone, but you are hanging from its.
I'm just hanging.
You're not grappled.
All right.
You're not grappled or anything, but you're just hanging from its jaw. The shield in its mouth. Yeah, you're up, Crearyn. So this is now what everybody sees. Scooch, you're like dive bombing just as the snow erupts around Crearyn. You see this thing, about 10 to 12, 15 feet tall. This big old like blue centipede like thing with these like big blue eyes and kind of like a really weird looking mouth. Any of the snow that's like glistening on it or ice that's glistening on it is like just turning into steam. It's got wind-like fins from the back of its head. It is a very well-known Arctic predator on this continent, a Remoraz. Everybody knows about them, essentially. They are a common threat warned about. Immune to cold and fire. They have tremor sense, so they can sense things moving around on the ground, so they don't need to actually have sight of something. They just have to feel it on the ground. And their bodies are superheated. Crearyn, you're up!
Right. Sorry, quick reminder, how far away are Abraham and Tero?
They would be 120. Or no, 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay.
Samira is 120 feet away.
Right.
Scooch is 10
All right.
feet away. Basically dive bombing the Remoraz and then kind of like stopping.
Okay. The keeping hold of this shield, I feel my shoulder kind of loosening a bit as I'm just trying to maintain composure, but the spear is twirled with their fingers as the dark blade doesn't really catch light as they bring it around in a fluid motion, and they're going to try to bring it up through the shield into the like underside of their
Yeah, go for
Top.
it.
jaw. All in that same motion, they are speaking an incantation, and they're going to be doing a booming blade
Okay.
with it. So, God, how do I do this again? Fuck. What the fuck do I do? I'd roll the attack, and then it...
Yeah.
Okay. It does do thunder damage on the hit, right? And then it does extra if it moves. Yes. Okay. Sorry. All right. So with my spear, that's a dirty 20.
That hits.
Okay.
And as you hit, its body is superheated, so the blood that gushes out is basically just like boiling, bubbling tar, and you take
Great.
7 points of fire damage.
Gonna burn a little
And
bit
also
there.
roll your damage, please.
Yeah. So that is. I'm gonna throw some things into this. So just give me one moment.
Yep.
That is 7 magical piercing.
Yep.
3 thunder.
Perfect.
And fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'll expend a spell slot. I'm gonna do a divine smite.
Hell yeah.
Or nice 13
Oh
radiant
shit.
damage.
Hell yeah.
Very
So yeah, you
good roll
just
there.
plunge the spear upwards, and the hot, just boiling blood just spills down your arm, and yeah.
Oh God, Garrett, I see why you were with Grid. There was a lot of shit going on with this stuff. I should have done my Hexblade's curse first, but here we are. Instead, I'm gonna use my for this round just to kind of save me a little bit. I'm gonna do my my free bardic initiate to do a bonus action healing word
Okay.
for myself. For okay, a 9.
Hey.
Very good. Okay. And that is going to be it for me. I can't move. I'm not going to try to rip the shield out either. Crearyn's just going to try to keep maintaining that leverage
Okay, cool.
if possible. So
Abraham, you are 60 feet away from this thing. With Tero, just both of you standing in the middle of the road.
Tero, race you.
Okay.
Abraham goes about 30 feet and reaches out with his mind, and the Remoraz hears a cracking noise and has to make an intelligence saving throw.
nice.
Ooh, 19 minus 4. 15.
Ooh, just misses. It just fails. It hears like a whip cracking sound in its head, and all of a sudden it feels like its entire thoughts are held in place, bound, and it takes 3d6 psychic damage, which is 10 psychic damage.
Yes.
And on its next turn, it can't take reactions until its next turn, and until that turn, it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of those.
Okay, cool.
Solid.
Mind whip. Alrighty. How much damage was it, sorry?
10.
Perfect. So yeah, its head is like crackling with pain, so it's like flinging its head around in agony, so Crearyn is just like getting thrown around like the lawyer from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but as far as everyone else can tell, Abraham just like put his hand to his head, and that's all you can really see.
Nice.
There's no visual.
Alright, anything else?
No.
Alright, Tero is also gonna run forward. Pops his hands out of his sleeves. Because he always keeps them hidden. And he's gonna throw one of his psychic blades. Don't worry, Sam. I roll bad for Tero too. It's a 9.
Oh.
That's a miss. He's gonna throw again with the bonus action. Hey, I rolled the same thing. 9.
Damn.
That's all Tero stuff. So Tero is now Tero and Abraham are both 30 feet away from the Remoraz and Crearyn. Scooch, you are dive bombing this thing just as it erupts from the snow. all this occurs. You're still in the process of dive bombing, and now Crearyn is like in its jaw, like shield propped up in its jaws, and he's just like stabbing it with their spear.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd also say Penny and Errol are back on the road too.
They're way back in the day. They haven't moved. Yeah, they haven't moved. For intents and purposes, they're going to be out of the combat for now.
Perfect.
Easier.
Yep.
I guess I'm gonna, seeing the whole scope of it and seeing that it's not gonna swallow Crearyn whole for the second day in a row.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'm gonna pull up short
Yeah.
and just hover about 10 feet above it and just throw my hammer at it,
Go for it.
which I believe I can do 3 times now because I have 2 attacks and I can use my bonus action crossbow. So I'll do that. So
Yeah.
I can do this with the crossbow. So do these 2 attacks. 21 hits.
Oh, with the thrown hammer, absolutely.
10 doesn't hit, does it?
10 does not.
I know 9 doesn't hit, but I wanted to make sure 10 didn't hit.
Nope.
All right. 13.
No.
Damn.
Because the bolt
Only
just kind
one
of
hit.
bolt just kind of bounces off of its carapace. So the hammer hits. Poof, the first hammer hit.
So that does 12 plus 9 lightning damage. So that's 12 bludgeoning damage and 9 lightning damage.
Perfect. Flies back to your hand. This thing is looking hurt after that hit. That's your action, bonus action.
And then yeah, I think I'm just gonna hover there and kind of wait.
All right. Samira, 120 feet away. The firebolt did nothing to it, as you revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Remoraz. Everybody on the continent knows about Remoraz's immune to cold and
Great.
fire.
I'm going to run 30 feet towards Crearyn,
Okay, so you're now
my
90
movement.
feet away.
and I'm going to do Chaos Bolt.
Oh my god, please be cold and fire.
The thing is, I have sorcery
You do.
points.
You could change it, yeah.
I can meta magic.
You could transmute.
17 to hit? No, not 17. 15 to hit?
Yeah, 15 hits.
Fuck yeah. Okay. 2d8 and 2d6. Because this is a weird freaking spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 7 and 3 for the d8s on damage. Okay. That's going to be 18 psychic damage
Okay.
for a first level spell.
Perfect.
Oh wait, no, sorry. I cast that at second level. I rolled 2d6 instead of 1, so second level. 18 psychic damage.
Perfect. All right.
Take that. Toss that away.
Anything else?
I don't have anything else for bonus actions. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure I don't. I do not. That is my turn. Just running 30 feet towards Crearyn and Chaos Bolt.
Okay. Seeing people starting to attack it. Crearyn lodged in his jaws. Not grappled or anything, with their shield. Oh. What do I want to do here? Yeah, no, I was going to try to bite Crearyn again.
Yeah, you better run. It only has one action or one thing that it can do.
That will be a natural 20.
Ooh!
Oi.
As it is like panic, it's getting hit with all the psychic damage. It's like flinging you around like a fucking ragdoll before it like throws you up into the air, and then it catches you in its jaws and bites down real hard. I'm so sorry. You take
2 ones. For damage.
You take 39 piercing damage.
Not quite.
And you take 18 fire damage.
Hey, Crearyn, you good?
So, throws them up in the air, catches them in their jaw, bites down hard, and you all just see the unconscious, limp form of Crearyn in its jaws. And it is now, with its prey, going to burrow.
It can't. It can only do an action.
Either way, it's gonna chill.
Damn. Lex is about to roll a third character for this campaign.
Mind Whip saved him.
All right,
I think.
I was actually thinking of a third character, by the way,
Crearyn.
because of after last session with this.
I'm still trying to.
fuck.
I've been trying to get art made for the dragon form of Thalassian for like 2 months, and I haven't heard back from the artist. So,
Yeah, I'm dealing with the same kind of situation.
death saving throw, please, Crearyn.
I'm gonna roll it just to you.
Yeah, that's how I like death saving throws. Roll them only to me.
Okay.
Okay. Abraham. 30 feet away.
Right.
And you just see that happen.
I don't see why I shouldn't do the same thing so that it can't attack and move on its next turn, solidifying Crearyn's
Death.
demise. So I will attempt. I'm gonna move another 30 feet closer, which means like I'm right next to it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Actually, what's the size category of this?
Large.
All right, I'm gonna end up hurting myself here, but I'm going to pull out the book, pull out my spell book, open it, and as I open it, Scribble's gonna pop out. Scribble, you got my cuppa? And you see like this intellective hour claw comes out with like ding in like a little teacup thing, and Abraham's gonna slurp that, and then as a bonus action he's going to do his tentacle attack.
Okay, go for it.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Okay.
You take 8 fire damage.
Okay. On top of that, strength saving throw to become grappled.
Okay. I will say, as long as your tentacles are touching it, you will take 2d6 fire damage at the start of each of your turns.
Just gotta stop it from moving. For this.
Strength saving throw, it has a +4 to those.
Okay.
9.
Okay. And then I get to roll an intelligence check. I believe. Yes. 20. So it is grappled, and this is the damage from the tentacle attack. 10.
Okay. And yeah, 8
And you said I took 8 damage?
8 fire damage.
Okay, 8 fire damage.
Which you'll be taking as long as you're grappling this thing.
Cool.
Anything else?
That was my action. Oh, wait. That means I need to also do a concentration check.
Yep.
Because I took damage, and I am currently for those that didn't pick up on it, hasted. And I succeeded on the concentration check.
And then Tero is going to throw 2 daggers. 18 for the first one. For 8 psychic damage. And he does get sneak attack.
Abraham's there.
Yep. Sneak attack. Where is your sneak attack, Sam? What do you got right now? 3d6. 8 sneak attack. 1 psychic dagger just from behind. Kind of penetrates the back of the Remorize's head, passes through, and goes out between its eyes, but it doesn't leave any wounds or damage. And the thing just keels over in the snow dead.
But we need to check on Crearyn.
It is still very, very hot to the touch.
Abraham's gonna go over there and drag Crearyn.
You guys are still in initiative because Crearyn's making death saves.
Yeah.
Scooch. Crearyn's right there at your feet, basically.
I'm gonna fly in and I will. Can I stabilize them?
You can stabilize them, but I think everybody's got like healing potions that you can just pour in their mouth too.
Yeah. I was just looking. Oh, I've got it's a greater healing potion. We can figure out another way, I'm sure.
Pretty
You
sure
also might want
Crearyn
to pull
and
them
I
away
both
from
used
the very
ours.
hot body.
Yeah, their body is also like in the mouth of a superheated creature.
Yeah. Alright, so. Oh, I'm looking at this. False life can only be cast on yourself, right?
Yes.
Correct.
And
Okay.
false life is only temporary hit points. You can't give temporary hit points to somebody with 0 hit points.
Oh. Well, then heroism certainly won't work either. All right, cool. Well, then I'll fly down and I'll pull him out of the mouth and
Alright, so your action will be to pull them out of the Remorize's mouth.
yeah. And
Okay,
then-
so Crearyn will no longer be taking fire damage while unconscious.
And then, yeah, I think I will just try and. What am I saving it for? This isn't a video game. Let's use a potion of greater healing.
Action was to pull Crearyn out. You can't use a bonus action to administer a potion.
Oh, I thought we had a syringe action this campaign. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay,
Bonus actions for potions is a Baldur's Gate 3 thing.
I am aware of that, but I thought at the beginning of this campaign.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. No worries.
I did homebrew a feat for the future that people can take. That is, I don't have it on D&D Beyond right now, but bonus potions as a bonus action. Anyways, so you pull Crearyn out. Anything else as a bonus action that you might have? Hit him with a hammer, crossbow,
I mean, I don't.
put another
Yeah, no.
misery.
No. None of that. Nothing.
Alrighty, Samira, you are 90 feet away,
Mm-hmm.
and you just see Crearyn getting pulled out of the mouth of this thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to run another 30 feet closer.
60 feet.
I'm 60 feet away. And I'm gonna attempt to cast Frostbite on this thing to cool the immediate area around where Crearyn's being held.
Crearyn got pulled out of the mouth, so you don't need to.
Yeah, but like for anyone who might bump into it helping Crearyn.
You'd probably figure out nothing's gonna work because its body is so superheated and it's also immune to cold that it would just immediately melt away. And also frostbite.
Okay.
Frostbite doesn't really do that.
It was worth a shot. Then I'm gonna use my action to dash.
Okay, 30 feet away.
Yep.
All right,
That's it.
Crearyn. Death saving throw, please. to me privately. Okay. Interesting. Interesting developments. Abraham.
What we got here? I don't have a healing potion on me. Oh yeah, I do. A potion of greater healing.
And it's one of the syringes.
Yeah. Like what?
Which are what all the potions are, but they still take an action to administer.
Right. Does it take an action to like see how they're doing before administering it?
Yeah, give me a medicine check. It's not gonna be your action or anything, but just give me a medicine check.
Okay. 13.
They look fine. They're not dead.
Do I save the healing potion? No. I'll go ahead and throw it down. Yeah, using it.
All right, you inject them with a needle, with a syringe.
44 plus, what did it say? 1? That's weird. Plus 4. Okay. Oh God, terrible roll. 10 hits.
Crearyn, you are shocked back to consciousness.
What happened? Hello?
You're laying just like a couple feet out of the mouth of the Remoraz, who is still very much like melting the snow that it's laying on top of.
Crearyn, you got eaten again.
You have to stop making a habit of that.
I guess so. Thank you, whoever fished me out. And
Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe giving you a different nickname, maybe calling you Grub or something. On your way inside big critters' mouths.
well, better than me than one of you.
Maybe Bait, maybe Chum. You're my chum.
Ooh, chum is
Maybe-
good.
Maybe not. Maybe not that.
Listen, I'll make you a deal.
I don't want a deal.
You
Are you sure? Are you sure I am Faye? You want to make a deal with me? It may
You
have repercussions.
only for you, because you stay.
No, for you as well.
All right, well then I won't talk, and this will be a really boring episode or thing for people.
No,
to
do it. I want to hear
No,
it. I'm
I'm
just
good.
curious if you want to make that deal.
No, I'm good. Goes back.
Oh,
It's back to
Scooch.
mechanical dog.
I'm gonna walk over to
that's what you get.
Scooch. Come on. It's cat and mouse. It's bird and worm or whatever you want to call it. Can't make it too easy for you.
We've already got enough things called worms.
Oh, I was very confused of what you were referring to. But I get it now.
Yeah, we can't
See?
call you Worm Crearyn. We got like we got the Worm Guards. We've got the, Wormwood as our handler. Well, I don't know what they are now, but
How do they
we've got
spell
to
the
keep
name?
an eye out for them.
They spelled it like WORM, wormwood,
Okay.
like the actual thing.
Secret operative. That's the great worm is wormwood. Undercover.
Isn't that the name of the surname of the family in Matilda?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The wormwoods. Who?
Right.
So you stabbed me with a healing potion. Who pulled me out? Was it you as well?
No, it's Scooch.
Oh,
Scooched you out of the grass.
thank you, Scooch.
I burnt my tentacles. Oh, on that thing.
Here.
Ouch.
She's gonna hold her hand out.
Yeah.
Lay him there. I need 2 hands for
Right.
them. Just one. Heavier than I thought.
Yeah, they are heavy.
5 lay on hands.
One for each tentacle.
Yeah. The sensation that you get before, it was like a warm. It felt like a warm campfire. This feels like cold, like icy, like more so than like the tundra. This feels like a like a deeper chill. Like, you know, like when you get that creepy feeling of being watched and you get that chill down your spine, that's what this feels like as you receive the healing. You still get healed, but
Alright, what was that? That's different than what you done before.
what do you mean?
Well, you've healed me before. That
Right.
is a tickler right there.
Maybe it's just a little different now. I don't know.
What you
Maybe you're more
mean?
used to it.
Huh?
Maybe you're used to it. The sensation, the feeling.
Yeah, let's just say I put wards on myself to protect from the cold, and you pierced right through them, right to my bones, and sent a shiver down my spine.
This is probably a crazy question. You'll have spines.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
gotta have a nervous system. That's how I get, feeling these in my
I wasn't
bits.
sure it was more of like a brain thing. Your brain's so big, you just instinctually feel things.
Yeah, no, you gotta have a skeleton. You see, I have muscles, yeah? Well, muscles go connect to something.
I just thought maybe it was just
All
how your
muscles
body's
connect to skeleton.
interesting.
I know a little bit of anatomy. You gotta know a little bit as an artist.
Figure out where the best. Never mind. I appreciate you bringing me back from the dead again.
Well, I mean, we need each other.
Next time I'm just letting Samira run.
Well, I hope all
It's a
this effort to
joke.
keep you alive is worth it.
It stopped one of you from getting eaten, didn't it?
I don't know. It
Someone
just
has
seems like
to
you're
be
wasting
the-
a lot of our healing potions right around this time.
Fine.
The
Then
delete
leave
button,
me
that's
without
right.
the healing potion and see if my body can naturally acclimate to being dead.
It's worth a shot. Mine did.
Think
Seems
it
like a
Abraham
skill issue
laughs
to
in
me,
his head
Crearyn.
and laughs in everyone else's head at the same time.
Seems like a skill issue you got going on over there.
Or you had a weird advantage granted to you by something else, but who am I to speak on that?
You know what? Speak on that. Dig
Let's
yourself a
walk,
deeper
and I
hole.
will. Apparently, the hole I've dug is plenty deep, so at this point, it's just making it comfortable for me to sit in.
Yeah, can you
Keep
walk?
digging till it's 6 feet.
Or it's beyond 6 feet at this point. Yeah,
Can you
I'm-
walk, Crearyn?
Sure, yeah.
Alright, let's be feet. We only got so much more day left.
Not the one delaying us.
Yeah, I'm not saying neither or. I'm just seeing if you're all right.
Apologies, yes. Maybe there's a little bit of defensive nature on the interaction I just had with Samir. My apologies. You're right. Let's get
Hey.
going.
Yeah.
Appreciate the concern. Again, thank you, Scooch. I appreciate you pulling me free.
Of course, yeah, I only feel just a touch of guilt for saying scatter.
Oh, you did tell us to do that, didn't you?
Only a touch of guilt, though. So, well, let's keep going.
We will continue along as this thing just continues to smolder and melt the area around it. Yeah, you continue forward.
Right. What can we see off in the distance? Can we see anything? Can we see any of the mountains in the distance? Maybe so it's just that kind of there's an overcast enough, or it's just that far away.
Yeah, it's just that far away. You're basically walking on. It's hard to describe the tundra if someone hasn't been there before, but you literally just see white as far as it can go, and because the white kind of blends in with the sky a little bit, it doesn't look like there's an
Horizon?
end to it. It doesn't look like there's a horizon.
Oh, that's disorienting.
And
Yeah.
the sun also So sun blindness is a huge thing in these areas too. So the sun reflects off of the snow, and so when you're walking like in somewhere that gets a lot of snowfall, especially when there isn't like
Yeah.
urban sprawl around,
Yeah.
with nothing for like the light to bounce off of, you're just getting like full on like people can go blind from the snow because the sunlight shines off of it.
Jeez.
So it's a lot of like
Really cool.
sometimes like, when you're in the tundra, it's a lot of like. So that's why people get like snow glasses that they can wear, or snow goggles.
Well, we will purchase those in fucking Tundrathel then.
But yes,
Or a welding mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Protective visor.
but just before the sun begins to set, 5 hours pass as you get into. Oh, what is this orange line that I was moving? I found an orange line. You eventually arrive upon Tundrathel. The town sits on a small hill in the tundra that overlooks the tundra expanse. Its buildings are solid, made of stone and wood, but their edges are worn down by years of freezing winds. The streets are narrow and lined with snow, only wide enough for carts to pass. The road leading eastwards to Volkil winds straight through this remote settlement. Everything built on either sides of the road, where travelers stop to rest or resupply. A market operates in a modest open square with frozen stalls, where merchants set up basins filled with burning oils to keep warm. And a shrine sits at the end of the town in the direction you're coming from, which is filled with offerings of ice carvings and simple lanterns. And yeah, the beacon is built atop this where is it here? There is no like fence or border like around it. It's very, very isolated. Oh yeah, and then up on the tallest hill, like the tallest point of the hill, is this massive. It's not a massive keep, but it's a big enough keep for a small militia and some people who probably, govern the place. And the Great Beacon sits atop of that, and it's just a massive structure of glass, spherical structure of glass that just catches the sun's rays and just, bing, beams them outward. Very much like a prism.
Oh, lads. I don't know about you, but I could use a beer. So, tavern, beds. Well, I mean, I don't think. Do you think? I don't think we can have that door open up in town, right? We gotta find beds, right?
There's
I'm
just one room and just use the
good,
door in
but we
there.
don't need to.
It also hasn't been long enough to pop the doorknob up.
Yeah.
So is that like an every other?
It's I think
Day?
I think it's like once per dawn,
Yeah.
like once every day, like once per like dawn it resets, or I can't fucking remember.
Yeah, I'll find
But it has a lengthy recharge time on it.
Okay.
We need that more for when we travel within the tundra anyway, so I think
Yeah.
keeping it hot
Yeah,
and ready
and just leaving a door handle to another world.
Once per long rest, so you have to finish a long rest to use it
Oh.
again.
Yeah, so yeah,
every other
so
day.
having a door handle to another world just out on the side of a building might,
You can
I suppose.
you can designate who can pass through. If people who,
Yeah,
who
that's
aren't
right, I
designated
do.
to pass through, they end up somewhere that nobody knows about. They kind of just end up somewhere scary.
Here, you want to test that?
maybe later.
Maybe not tonight.
But yeah, as you enter, you don't see a single worm anywhere. It is like local militia, just in like furs and like scrap armor, kind of just patrolling, and everyone looks friendly for a town that isn't really have any border walls or anything to defend it from the creatures of the tundra.
Interesting.
Is there any kind of like blacksmith or anything of that nature around?
You don't hear any sounds of like smithing. It is mostly just they do focus mostly on furs and crafting from bones and medicine. You see a lot of like just tanners and whatnot. People who like take bones and they turn it into like tools and stuff, and a couple like people just like practicing very rudimentary, slightly sketchy medicine, and they're like little like just out and about. Like you can see someone like is tending to the scraped knee of like a child, but they're like slathering it with like what looks like mud and some other stuff, and then wrapping it. And then yeah, you can see a single tavern that looks incredibly rough looking, with like a just like a looks like a cold, very cold tavern. It's like a rough, shambly looking tavern. It looks like it looks like a dive bar, like a place that the regulars are characters and not many people really frequent it.
Right, that's the place. That's the one. Thinking back, does Abraham has Abraham heard anything around Tundrathel regarding his God damn it, why can't I think of the word? Smuggling connections?
Not here.
Okay. This is more like you don't want to advertise your stuff here.
You don't want to be banished from the only place that is possibly friendly on the continent that doesn't have worms attached to it.
Right. Yeah. There'd be no reason to smuggle. There aren't even any walls. Yeah.
It is literally just a single road with buildings on either side, and you just simply just pass through it.
Right on. Abraham. Yeah, I like it.
No side streets, no alleys.
Yeah, let's get us a beer.
All right.
Good. No objection here.
All right, so you pass by the shrine on the outskirts of town. It is just full of like ice sculptures and little lanterns that people leave. Nothing really stands out. You pass by the market square where a bunch of like merchants are selling like furs and just like tools made from bones. Nothing like super fancy or like really that would suit an adventurous lifestyle. It's more like for people that are like, oh, that looks like a nice warm blanket I could use, or stuff like that.
As we walk by, sorry, I know I'm asking a lot, but you mentioned people leaving stuff as like almost like a not sacrifice, but almost like a patronage to like a deity, right? They're leaving lanterns and like things like that.
It's just a shrine. It doesn't look like it's dedicated to anything.
Shrine?
It's just a simple shrine. There's no like way to tell what it's dedicated to, but there are just like little ice sculptures in there, various little things, and just lanterns.
Okay, so there's no words indicating it. It's just like you'd have to. Okay. What could one of you ask about that? Like, what's going on there? Like, why do they do that?
Yeah, go ahead and head to the tavern. I'll make
I was gonna ask the bartender that when we got in there.
Right on. Biz. Ugh.
Scooch, are you skilled in smithing?
Yeah.
Right.
What kind of smith work you looking for?
They'll hold up the spear and the dagger.
You want to make a spear dagger?
No, I want to make something with a little bit more oomph to it. Those things are meant more for subtlety. What I was used to doing. Now I'm acting more as in your face. I think doing something a little bit more skull cracking would be a little bit nicer. But I want to use the metals, the iron. It's symbolic.
What do you mean, like an axe or big sword?
I mean, an axe seems fun. I haven't used one of those before. No, a sword is so boring. And
a spiked mace. You know, like one of them.
either I'm going to be
morning
splitting
stars?
or smashing. One of the two.
Whoa! Let's hold on there, Abraham. I know you're you're more of a cracking skulls kind of guy, and I don't mean to step on toes here, but I think with the materials that I'm looking at, I don't think we're adding a lot of heft to this. But we may be able to make some sort of slashing or something. Let me see here.
I mean, we may have to look into acquiring more bits.
Oh no, I got plenty of bits. Hey, Penny, cough it up. Penny is a good girl. Pieces of metal that I've been collecting start to fall out.
I'll look for other pieces of iron. Specific. Do you have any iron on you? So I'm saying, if we need to wait for a larger city, I'm completely okay with doing that. It's all about the symbology here.
Yeah, but I'm wondering.
Oh, I've got a dagger and a spear on me. If you want extra.
Are they made of iron?
Yeah, I don't use them.
But are they made of iron?
Iron.
What they were asking.
I mean, not everything is made of iron. Some things are made of.
I mean, it all looks the same to me. I don't know. Is it? And he's just gonna show the dagger and the spear.
Oh, where'd you get them from?
One of them is from his dad. The other is from the smuggler, his smuggler connection that knows both him and his dad.
You know what? I actually have an idea. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'll go ahead and I'll let you know my idea in a second. Once.
Those would probably be more higher end, I'd imagine. So those would probably be steel.
Okay.
You know,
So Abe accidentally does a humble brag of just like,
Yeah, sorry, these are high quality.
so
yeah.
you were saying there are like fur traders in town.
The main commerce here looks like it's furs, bones, and medicine, like herbal medicines.
Is there any sort of cooper or any sort of wheel maker or horse shoe maintenance at all? And is there anything like that any place that would have a forge?
Most of it would probably be like, not businesses, but like people just taking care of their own stuff to make like nails and
Even primitive, yeah.
like horseshoes for like themselves. But
So something a rudimentary forge.
but like people that make it just enough for themselves, kind of deal, for their own
Right.
like use.
Right. I'd like to see if I can find
You
one.
guys are getting a sense that the smaller settlements, possibly by design, because the Dominion keeps people locked away in the bigger places and doesn't let people travel much, that finding supplies, good supplies in the smaller settlements is very, very difficult. And most of those are kept away to where society sort of exists. So you get a sense, metals and like precious metals and stuff like that, you're not really going to find in the smaller towns like this place.
Right. I'm not so much looking for precious metals, and I'm not looking for the purchasing of those metals.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm looking for is a forge. And I imagine they have some kind of, if there's any sort of, even like I said, even rudimentary like ingots or anything to make those tools, or to reinforce wheels, or to even have enough nails for like a rudimentary hardware store. There's some sort of metal manufacturing, to your point of having to be autonomous between a harsh settlements spread out and having it be autonomous. They want like at least forging. My goal is to try and my ultimate goal would be to befriend someone, buy them drinks at the bar, and be like, "Hey, you see I'm pretty cool. I'd like to borrow your forge."
Okay. You get a sense there are no, like, forges as per se. It's most likely probably people with, like, cauldrons melting what they need in, like, fireplaces and then pouring it into molds and then kind of just letting it cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, like, not a very good product. Just, like, the basic, the bare bones, whatever they need to get through and survive.
Okay.
It's why people, like, you guys are realizing, like, through your journeys, people don't usually leave the primary settlements because of the lack of supplies in the greater world by design.
Yeah. I guess my goal was also to try and take their amateur skills and promote them to pro, or like somehow collaborate with them, show them some of my tech in exchange for using their even rudimentary forge to try and help Crearyn craft something.
Well,
that was the ultimate goal.
You can certainly try at the tavern by talking to people and interacting with people.
Well, then I'm gonna just chop it up there.
All right. So you'll head to the tavern then?
Oh yeah,
tavern.
Okay. So you pass through.
All thirsty.
Pass through the very small town. Actually, it might be one of the more populous places that you've been through.
Seems like it's not huts.
No, it's like actual buildings.
Gone.
And eventually you enter this rough-looking appearance, a bar on the outside. In the inside, it's warm, but the walls are covered in frost in places, just because of like the condensation that freezes. A small, cramped little place. Not many patrons, maybe 2 or 3 people at the counter. It looks like it's operated by this very tough-looking dwarf woman who has a massive scar running along her cheek. And it's just a pretty quiet place. There's just no conversation whatsoever. Just a few people sat at the counter drinking. And this dwarf woman kind of just making sure they're all topped up.
I stride right up to the dwarf bartender.
Oh. Don't recognize you. Hello. Welcome.
Hey there.
We get a lot of people passing through, so lots of new faces. Welcome. Welcome to the Frostbriar.
You know, some people call me Blanche. And I was wondering if I could have a round of drinks, please, and I'd like to pay for drinks for the bar.
Oh, of course.
He takes a gold out, slides it across the table.
We don't serve much here. Again, it's a pass-through place, so it's basically just like a dark ale.
Yeah, no, just listen. I'm doing this. I'm doing this like I've seen they do it in plays. You know, you get that kind of a weird, annoying thing when someone just goes, "I'll have a beer," and they don't even tell you what kind, because we all know that there are different kinds.
Of course.
Like Northland Dark Ale,
Yeah.
and like, or like a Southern Red. You know, we all know these things, but you know, in a play, when they want to save time, they just go, "1 beer, please."
Of course.
There's always bothered the heck out of me.
There's also cocktails made with beer that people drink that have butter in them and eggs. So yeah, of course.
Eggs.
So yeah, it's an actual thing. There's a hot beer drink that you put eggs into.
Yeah. Or if you're a dock worker on the wire, you crack an egg into your beer before you go do your shift.
Yeah, she hands you enough. She hands you enough like little tankards for your group, and then she slides tankards to the drunk patrons who are like, "Oh, nice!" And they raise their tankards as a cheers.
Oh yeah.
To the wee flying man.
Oh yeah, wee flying man.
Abraham will take a swig.
Okay, yeah, it's just a dark ale, nothing fancy.
Oh, that's spot. That really does.
Guys, am I wee? I'm
What,
actually. I know I'm the shortest in the group.
How tall are you?
Am I wee?
The guy who called you wee stands up and he's a half giant,
Yeah.
So he's like 7 feet tall. Oh.
The cup is in his hand like Shaq holding a regular Coke
Yeah.
can.
Thank you kindly. And he just downs it, sets it down on the counter, stretches. Oh. And then walks aside.
While this is all going on, I'm going to choose. Are there any empty tables besides the one we just sat down at?
Everywhere is empty aside from the two patrons at the counter.
Okay, I'm going to go up to the whoever's behind the bar. Like, what's your stance on soliciting at the tavern here? Or maybe providing external entertainment?
You say everybody.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, like palm readings, telling your past, present, future, that sort of thing.
Oh, that fucking magic bullshit.
And it's not magic, it's real. It's very real, my friend.
Well, magic's real as well.
Well, this is a different kind of magic. The cards do something magic can't fully do.
Which is?
Tell you what you want to hear. Make you feel better without consequences, except for a measly little copper piece.
The people here are very superstitious, so you might not want to mess around with that stuff here.
Is there a reason to be superstitious? Besides the creatures out in the wild.
The people here just have beliefs, and they don't really want to draw attention to things that might be manipulating certain things, such as the threads you might tickle with your cards. The shrine outside of town wards off spirits.
Yahtzee. You just answered a question I was going to ask you. And I got another one.
And the people here don't really like messing with the unknown.
Well, what about killing the unknown?
You can't kill the spirits that we ward off.
Sorry, I was being coy. We killed like a frog thing, and I was wondering if we could collect on that bounty, because people were getting snatched up between here and remember in my map looking.
Abraham says, and Scooch said, Neldwin.
Neldwin.
Well, you'd have to take any proof of that to the militia. I can't do anything about it.
Right, good. No, but you gave me the information. Thank you so much.
You'd want to speak.
Also killed a...
You'd want to speak to. No. Yeah, you just have to speak to the militia. They hang out at the Warden's Keep, where the beacon is.
And I'm so sorry. Could you remind me of your handle?
Lyra Stormwatch.
Lyra. Stormwatch.
It's funny that you all. It's a shame you all got here a day late. Yesterday, last night was the Great Gathering.
I'm surprised there aren't more people here, for an extra day. If it was is it like a big party, or was it like a...
No, people just come to go forage in the woods nearby, and once they get what they need, they wander off.
It's kind of a tame party then.
I don't know what they get up to in the woods. But a lot of people flock here, and then they go into the woods and they gather the bloom, and then that's it.
Yeah, I know about. Listen, I know about flocks.
I get it.
I'm kind of wondering. Is there anyone here in town with a kind of a skill for metal?
Not really, but we call him Old Stinky.
Okay, old Stinky, I like it. Stinky.
Long story. He tends to the sort of repairs around town.
Okay. And where's old Stinky abouts?
He's usually a regular here.
Okay.
Haven't seen him in a few days. He's probably drunk somewhere.
Old Stinky likes to have a drinky.
Yeah. He perpetually we give him a room for free upstairs. But he hasn't been in it in a few days. He probably is on a bender somewhere in town.
Okay.
He's an elusive one.
Could you? What does he look like? I mean, I'd like to find myself running into him. I got a couple metal questions I was hoping to get answered before I leave town.
An unnaturally tall fellow. He's like 9 to 10 feet, 9 or 10 feet tall. Very slim, like hauntingly so. Big black eyes, bald, big pointy ears. Stinks like shit.
Well, people have, different.
He
acquired
he
things.
he plays with shit. Doesn't play with it, but like
He's a fecophilia?
no, he says that waste has certain components to it that you can utilize.
So old Stinky is down with Brown, and he's the only metal sort of working person in town.
Of course. And you think he would be easy to spot since he's nearly 10 feet tall?
Yeah, I would think that. And I would think if we were to not spot him, someone who has a penchant for, let's just for log fondling, you'd think the sort of smell you'd get would be. I ain't shaking his hands when I'm meeting him, and
Well,
nor am I going to accept any gifts of food.
As I said, he's a regular, but we haven't seen him in a few days. There might be some concern, but again, he's disappeared for long stretches of time before. If you want, you can check out his room. I mean,
if that's okay.
I wonder if he participated in this holiday
Yeah.
that just transpired.
Love to see his room.
Well, I appreciate that. We might get rooms ourselves here. He slides over another gold. Thank you for all the rooms and for all the accommodating information. And also, there ain't no harm in having some fun with cards, right?
as long as they don't invoke things people don't quite understand, like spirits and weird magic.
I mean, masquerade's not weird.
Oh, I didn't say that.
No more than you or me. Am I right?
I'm just saying the people here are very superstitious and they don't like things they don't understand.
This wink, is it reading?
People can read.
No, but I mean,
I think he gets it.
Goliath.
thank you for the drinks.
Of course.
We will pop by old Stinky's room and see if we can figure it.
First door on the left upstairs.
I'm gonna take my drink. I'm gonna go up there. Let's.
Of course, you paid for it.
All right, I'm gonna go up there now. You.
Abraham quickly goes over to and asks for a refill, and then holds out. How much was it that we?
I paid a
each
gold
drink?
for everyone in the bar's drink, so that's what 6 beers, and then I paid another gold for the information.
Scooch should get any change back.
Okay.
So it
There's
was
like Electrum. We have Electrum. I'll try that.
Yeah, my goal is to more just ingratiate, so we kind of don't have to worry about more drinks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about more drinks.
All right.
Like, I
So,
mean, just
Abraham's
get
gonna
a refill.
like kind of present more.
Scooch basically bought drinks for everyone for the rest of the night.
That was the
The
goal.
dwarf level next to Abraham is like, yes?
Oh, can I ask me for a refill?
Get one more.
She seems a little like unnerved with the voice in her head, and then
No, he doesn't.
No.
When he does this, he's talking to
Oh.
like yeah.
Sorry,
Abraham
please-
is very
please for-
careful not to broadcast his voice into people's heads. So yeah. So when we're in town, he's only talking to the party members unless it's a special instance.
I'm gonna slide one more gold over and be like, he'd say please, but for the muteness, he's unable to. I swear he's a sweetheart, but he
it's
just
fine.
can't.
We've had this kind pass through here before, and she pours him another
I'm sorry,
drink.
What kind?
Gestures to him because he is bare. Like he does just wear
Oh, your
overalls.
tentacles. You're just tentacles out.
Well, he just has overalls on in the
tentacles-
mask.
Tentacles are curled up.
But you can
into-
still tell he's a mind flayer by looking at the art and everything.
Oh, okay.
And it is.
Beauty.
We have
We
just,
need to get Abe a coat.
we haven't discussed getting Abe more clothes. It is just the mask and the overalls still.
It's just a really
There
purple
hasn't been
dude.
any moments of getting Abraham new appearance
Nope.
stuff.
I thought Abe was a drow this whole time.
Just throwing that
what
out
do
there.
you mean?
Then maybe a place that specializes in
Also the brain, right? Like
in
Yeah, the thing like.
the skull shape.
So do we get
maybe the maybe
But like I
the-
said, no one gives a shit most of the time. So
we can maybe get him a dope ass hat, or
fedora.
I was thinking more like a Davy
Hell
Crockett.
yeah.
Oh yeah, raccoon.
Oh please!
And,
Oh my gosh,
Skin.
a little coon skin, a little raccoon on your head.
Oh my god, yes. Well,
I feel like weirdly
also,
shaped. Just-
if your friend wants to, dress for the weather, we have many people here in town who offer up very warm fur clothing and whatnot. But yes, and she pours Abraham another drink.
Abraham takes half of it right away because he hates this, and just goes up with Scooch to the.
We also have a wonderful hat maker in town.
Not bad.
So are you all going up to the room?
I'm gonna stay downstairs for a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay downstairs as well. I don't want to be.
Abraham's going up with
McGee's
Scooch
room.
filled stinkies.
Tero will sit downstairs too then. And
I'm gonna passive aggressively teach Crearyn a card game.
like a card game or a tarot card game.
I don't think I have a deck of regular cards, but I'm gonna like separate my deck into like just the 4 basic suits, technically, and then just use that to teach them a card game.
The owner will be eyeing you the entire time.
What? It's not like I'm reading their future. I'm just playing
Like,
a game.
Spotting that, Crearyn's gonna take that keg that they've been lugging around, and is gonna. That's why
Oh,
they
yeah.
threw the fucking armor away, and they're gonna offer it because it's unopened. At this point.
You know what? Roll me a percentile dice.
Oh no.
Because you just got thrown like 10 feet in the air. You got eaten the
Oh,
day
I did,
before.
yeah.
You got eaten the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You want higher than a 10.
rolling-
You want higher than a 10.
Okay, whew, 15,
Whoa.
barely.
There is a little crack in this side, and a little bit has like dribbled out.
Ooh, I'm gonna cast Mending really quick,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna bring it to the barkeep. This is a brew from what's that place called? Fedoran. Foradorn. We're not gonna imbibe, but it might give your patrons a little bit of I don't know, something different.
What is it?
A brown ale.
I have brown ale.
Oh, I thought yours was. Oh, well, here, add it to your stock. It's heavy, and I don't want to lug it anymore.
She like lifts it up with one arm and just like puts it over her shoulder. She's
Yeah,
just
do
this
that too,
burly
but-
dwarf woman. And she's got like she's basically built like Arnold Schwarzenegger from Terminator, and just
Nice.
like hoists it, and then walks into the back and sets it down. All of your drinks are gonna be. You know what? What's your name?
God, you put me on the spot. Ivory.
Ivory.
Yes.
How about this? I appreciate the thoughtful gesture and the gift.
Huh?
You are free to stay.
I appreciate it. You're such a.
As long as your friend doesn't do any creepy card shit.
No, of course not. It's just a simple card game. I want to show good faith. Walked over back to Samira. That's how you woo the keep of the tavern. Learn from me.
Tero's just sitting still, staring at the wall, drinking.
Is this all you do? Do you not like perform or anything? You just do cards.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Oh, well, I mean, you could be here too.
I haven't performed since we got arrested.
Maybe that's what this town might need a little bit. A little jovialness.
The last
Crearyn
time I
saying that
performed.
when he's the one that was telling us to keep a low profile. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
They are a
Last-
person of contradictions that you will soon learn.
The last time we performed, G punched a worm in the face and we got arrested.
Fortunately, guess what is not in abundance here? Worms.
I should also say, G was partially vital to my act.
Oh.
It's a little hard to teach a stray dog new tricks, especially when that dog doesn't trust you.
Confused here. Are you the dog in this scenario or am I the dog in this scenario?
You're the dog in the scenario.
Oh, well, I didn't say I didn't trust you. I just don't like the way that you look at me sometimes.
And how do I look at you? Or how do you think I look at you?
I'm gonna be nice. I'll be pleasant in this moment. We're
Mm.
making friends. That's the goal of this, right? Does this face work better for you, or should I try something different?
It's not the worst one you've put on.
It's worse.
I can't think of anything better.
This one
Here's your
actually should
hand.
pretty. And Crearyn is gonna actually take off the glove, like the gauntlets,
Mhm.
and for the first time, you see the tips of the fingers about knuckle here are black, like this, like frostbitten black coloration to them.
Oh, we might have to amputate those.
Oh no, it's just visualness of the form that I took. I didn't fully take into account that they're the copy that I would make would carry over such residualness. Gonna pick up the guards. What are we playing?
Called Speed. And I explain the rules. Deal the deck, set up the player, the board, and it's like 4 piles of cards, kind of in a row. And I start teaching Crearyn the rules.
Okay.
Basically, you want to stack up or stack down.
Whatever that means, alright.
You'll figure it out. You're a smart cookie.
Right, I am. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. First of
Don't
many, I
expect it too
hope.
often.
Oh, well.
We're gonna stick. Oh no, okay, never mind. Caleb's back. Okay. So, Abraham and Scooch, you get up to Old Stinky's door, and you can smell fecal remnant residue just on the other side of the door.
Fuck me. Running. That is. It is just caca.
It's like faint. It's like somebody like shit their pants like a couple days ago.
Yeah, no, there's a waft of caca all over this place, up and down.
Yeah, but it has a unique smell, right?
Yeah, like maybe there's like some sort of. I mean, it's like there's some sort of alcoholism in this. It's like it's its own caca.
Yeah.
It's like sickly sweet. There's like a dead.
More stringent, yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
it's like-
this is my new player character. If Gallus ever dies in your campaign, Lex, I'm just gonna play Old Stinky.
Yeah, just
My tentacles are shivering.
Yeah. Oh no, my guts are going nuts. I do not really not in this. Actually, hold on.
Didn't listen. Last time we got like deep in it. We were also digging through a septic tank of sorts.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have little man open these doors.
Yeah.
Errol, come here, man.
Right. Abraham's gonna get Scribble out, and he's just like, be friends, you two.
Yeah. An emotionless metal robot just.
Okay, so Errol opens the door, and the smell is a little stronger now as the door opens and it kind of wafts outwards. The window in the room is just wide open. Kind of just looking out towards the forest in the distance, far distance, which would be like like 15 miles away, or more than that. It'd be like 12. I don't know. Yeah, like 15 miles away almost. It just very far away, and then the walls are covered in like a language neither of you recognize, just written in poopy. It's all dried though on the walls, just written in poo-poo. And then shell. It's a weird. It's a small room, like enough for one person. But
Has it had time to crust?
Yeah, it's very old and dried. But there are jars filled up on shelves, just filled with various excrements in terms of like consistency, shapes, colors.
I gotta wonder. I think I hypothesize that old Stinky has to be some kind of relative, or some kind of because this is a bad guest. If this were a guest in my home,
Yeah.
I'd kick him out, kick him right the fuck out.
Yeah, and I mean, this is it's been airing out. Look at the window; it's been open, and this has been airing out for how many days, and it still smells this bad.
Half the room has fucking frozen, but the shit remains.
There's a small like little table in the corner that's kind of got
the episode.
There's the shit remains. I'm gonna write that down. I'm writing that down.
I hate it, but I love it.
I'm writing that down. The shit remains. Okay. Where were we? There's a table in the corner. It's like one of those tables you see in hotel rooms. It kind of just is pushed in the corner with the cuck chair.
Sure.
Sitting on the sitting on the desk is a travel pack. Supplies. It's just full of supplies. It's filled with like smaller jars of excrement that look like they've been used. Like it's kind of like someone's been using them to paint with over time.
But I don't know. What's going on here,
You
but
you
we
both
might
enter
need-
the room and you kind of see something scurry along the floor like a little cockroach, just like, and it like scurries under the bed.
Can we decipher what it might be other than just a
Just
cockroach?
looks like a cockroach. Just
I'm just gonna look.
it's like under the bed, just staring back at you. Little antennas are just going like, piss off.
Do we hear that in our ears or in our minds?
Mines. Well, you wouldn't. Scooch would.
Okay.
Piss off. Yeah, Scooch, you just hear a disembodied voice say piss off. Abe's like staring under the bed.
I guess my instinct is to talk back to them the way I talk back to Abe. What's up?
Was
Is
it,
this?
you assassins?
I'm sorry. No.
Assassins?
No, we're not assassins. What are you talking about? Are you in danger?
I'm always in danger. They want my research.
Well, where are you at right now?
I'm under the bed.
Oh shit! Are you little scurry bug there?
The cockroach kind of slowly crawls up from under the bed, and then in a flash of movement, it transforms into a like 9-10 foot tall, lithe, gray-skinned humanoid that's completely bald, with really long, like 2 foot long ears. And he kind of just like brushes up against the ceiling. He's
Weird, that cockroach is coming out. Whoa!
heavily emaciated. The knees bend backwards a little bit like a goat's. With like they have like big, large humanoid feet. Big black eyes, no nose, and just a wide smile of like shark-like teeth. And he's like, okay. And he stinks like the worst shit. He's kind of filthy. He's kind of covered in like what looks like old dried dirt and mud. And he's wearing like this, what looks like an outfit made from clothes he stole off of probably corpses, like grave robbing.
Fun. Is
the best way to describe. Yeah, they stitched them all together to form like a cohesive outfit to fit his frame. He's like, well, how'd he do that? Wonderful. You're not assassins.
Is this out loud then?
Yeah,
Lovely.
but nobody downstairs hears him talking. Because he's talking loud, but nobody downstairs hears. He snaps his fingers and the door shuts and the window closes by themselves. Perfect! You're not assassins. I am. Well, they call me Old Stinky. For some
Yeah.
reason.
Oh,
He does not have a nose.
could you do me a favor there, pal? Could we keep the window open?
Are you struggling with something, friend?
Yeah, you stink like shit.
Ha!
I don't mean to be indelicate.
Feel it in my tentacles.
He goes
I
like
can feel
this.
it
He goes like
in the
this.
base of his spine.
He claps like this. And little sparks like fly out from his fingers, and he basically casts prestidigitation like a Glade plugin. And the room now smells like cherry blossoms.
I still feel.
Oh, that's lovely.
I still feel a thick veil.
Oh,
Like I
shit.
still feel like the fine, but I feel as though I can taste it, like in the base of my spine. Like it's fine. Old Stinky, I got a
course,
question.
yes.
Do you prefer Old Stinky? Do you want us to call you OS? Do you have
They've
a-
called me Old Stinky for so long, I can't remember what my real name was.
Really? That's a bummer.
Yes. His skin tone is very similar, and his eye color are very similar to Tero's. But he looks elf-like, but again, he's like 9 to 10 feet tall, very emaciated, bald, 2-foot long ears that curl back, bent backwards, weird jointed knees. So, and his arms also are like incredibly long with really big hands. You can call me Stinky if you'd like. The Stink Man.
Okay, you know, Stinkerino.
Stinky. Whatever you prefer.
The whole brevity thing.
I'm sure I had a real name at one point.
Okay.
Are you here for my fecal...
We're not here for any of the Finkel stuff.
Oh,
though.
you're not here for my research.
I would just we're just gonna sprint.
Have you
right
seen the powers of poop?
No.
Look at this. And he reaches up his one of his
Power of
long,
poop
spindly
compels
arms
you.
on top of a shelf, and he grabs a jar. And
Ibis gonna actually take this in.
he
'cause, like,
he
I mean,
reaches
he's-
this long, spindly arm up on a
That's
shelf
alright.
and grabs
Art's art.
a jar, like a tiny little jar that's filled with like kind of yellow, lumpy poop, and it's got a label on it in a language again you don't recognize. And he unscrews the lid.
Can I
does
try?
he does like a sommelier sniff, and then he scoops a little bit out. For example, and he basically takes the little bit of that he scooped out and basically makes a tiny little firework out of it, and it explodes and makes like fire and like light and smoke, just like it explodes basically. And he puts it back. He like closes the jar and puts it back on the shelf. Is that what you're here for?
No, we are not. We are not interested in your stank-romancy.
We're not.
Stank-romancy.
Romancy.
Oh,
Yeah, that's.
I'm a stank-romancer.
Yeah, it's-
The shit-mancer.
I will say. I think we are potentially kindred spirits. I feel like all my art is shit, and
You also paint with shit.
I mean I paint with colors, but
So do I.
What I produce, it feels like shit a lot of the time.
Sorry, so what are you here for then?
Right? Yeah.
Well, I was told that you have some working knowledge of metals, and I'm looking to craft a weapon using iron, and if you had any other iron bits to help enhance the weapon, I'm looking to maybe craft something for a friend of mine, and I was hoping it'd be easy. If I could use maybe somewhere in the ballpark of 0% shit, that'd be fantastic. Just somewhere.
I
in
can't
that-
make any promises. It has
Ooh.
permeated my lifestyle. But I think we can make an arrangement, my friend.
Errol, don't put that in your mouth. You see Errol with like a jar. Puts it back.
He like walks over to his big pack and starts like digging through it. He like gets it down to like the shoulder, but the pack is only like this tall. But he's like down to the shoulder in there.
He's gonna pop in his pack.
Get away from me! Don't touch me. Okay. He's not talking to you guys. He's talking to something in the bag. Don't touch me. You hear like some squelching noises. Oh, that's gone off. You hear like sounds like the clank, like the metal being rustled around.
Mhm.
Those are nails. Oh shit! Poked myself.
Do we want to ask this one about what happened at the festival or the holiday? Like who won or how much of the unique plant they found? Since we heard, this one had gone missing around that time.
Ooh, is this what you want? Perhaps. Ooh.
I think his bidet is full of other distractables. I don't.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think you're right. I
He,
don't think it participated in the holiday at all.
He produces just a loose handful of nails.
Okay.
He hands them over. He hands you like 25 just nails, assorted
Oh,
sizes. and
Errol will hold those.
he hands them all
Shit
to Errol.
nails.
They're clean. He hands them all to Errol.
Even so. And then Errol just puts them in his little cauldron.
What brings you all this way? I'm assuming you're not just here for my nails.
Oh no, I mean, I was hoping maybe if you had some kind of like, I was told you were the go-to guy for fixing things in town, and
Oh,
frankly,
that's nice to say.
yeah, no, and I was hoping you could maybe hook me up with even a rudimentary forge to try and figure out.
Oh, you want to use my forge?
Well, whatever's easy. I mean, if you just get, if you got some sort of like.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, you put off a vibe. If I'm gonna be honest, you got shit on the you've literally got shit.
Those
everywhere.
are warding glyphs.
Great. What is this language they're in?
Alchemirian.
Alchemirian. And this Al is a cool guy?
No. Alchemirian.
Oh, okay.
We are the descendants of the first creator.
Okay. Alchemirian.
And from us, the elves came. Specifically, the elves from the Shadowfell. The Shadar-kai. Is this why you're here?
No, we're just here to...
The forge.
We're really for the forge. We're just passing through, and I was wondering if your festival went well, how you did that.
Festival.
There's some sort of gathering, something about Bloom.
Oh, it was all right.
Great, that's what I thought.
I'm looking around here, and you mentioned wards. I am a little bit of a practitioner myself. I tend to work with a bit more color.
Oh.
I mean, you got a nice spread.
Browns, yellow, green. That one's got a tinge of red in it.
Yeah.
That came from somebody who was dying.
Listen, it's not my place to argue. A beautiful gradient.
This white one came from a dog turd I found in the sun.
That's so lovely. Now, I'm actually curious. Perhaps we can exchange notes on some things. Maybe you can garner some information from what I've learned with these colors.
I don't think you'd be able to understand the language I write in.
Oh, you don't have to explain the language. Just explain, your brush strokes, so to speak.
I don't use a brush. I use my fingers.
Right. That's what I said, so to speak.
I think what he's asking is, in the same way that I'm trying to gain access to your expertise in metal, I think he's trying to see if there's any communication twixt your kinds of magic, we'll say.
Magic?
Yeah, the stanchromancy. I mean, we put a button on it. It sounds good. I want to study your stanchromancy. See what I can learn. Because I think we could both learn from each other.
Well, this one, he gestures to one of the glyphs on the wall. If anyone threatens me, this glyph activates and it casts meteor swarm on this very establishment.
Abraham immediately starts observing that and trying to study it.
You don't know the language.
He's trying to memorize the glyphs. He's writing that stuff down.
Make an Arcana check. You will need a 20 or higher.
Okay. Not quite. 18.
Yeah, it's hard to decipher. No one knows Alchemirian. It's an ancient language that was forgotten about. It is hard to figure out. Well, if you want to learn, we might have to be more than just brief acquaintances. Strangers we are currently. We would have to become friends.
Yeah, what can we do for you?
What are you willing to do?
Well, I mean,
respectfully,
Nothing crazy. I'm not gonna like stick my fingers places. I'm just
No,
curious.
that is
Abraham says, and
making
he
my.
said,
You
I
are.
think we got a poopy heist in our future.
How do you all feel about finding me rare excrements?
That sounds like a fucking nightmare. I will be honest about that. I mean that respectfully. It is not my thing. This whole conversation has been making my mouth sweat.
I have an elixir for that.
I do not want any I told the owner downstairs I will not be accepting any consumables, no potables from you.
Oh, there's no poopy in them.
Oh, I swear I will respect your choices.
I have to tell you that there's no poopy in them, like you would have to tell me that you're not a worm investigating me.
I don't give two shits, pun intended, what you say is or isn't on. This isn't like Blow. I'm not gonna say it. I don't care if you're a cop. You're no entrapment here. I am not going to put anything in or around my body that has touched you, and I mean that.
You already have. The floor.
I looked down at the floor.
It's just a floor.
I didn't eat the floor. I have shoes on.
Oh! I didn't notice. I like to give eye contact. And he hasn't blinked or broken eye contact yet.
And that is incredibly sweet of you. What I'm saying is, I highly doubt in our relationship together,
relationship. You move fast.
You need to quit cutting me off, my friend.
My apologies.
No, you're good. What I'm saying is
threat meteor swarm.
The glyph lights up a little bit.
Oh, there was no threat. There was absolutely no threat. It was a promise. There was no threat. All right, no, it was actually a command. I was gonna say, forgetting literal.
I know.
Literal. I need you to never, ever, 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 ever put anything in my mouth or body that you have touched. I could be on death's door, and you could be the only person.
Why would I do that? Consent is important.
So you could have some poopy healing elixir that you just smear all over whatever.
No.
I do not need your samples inside me in any capacity.
My elixirs and concoctions aren't made with poopy.
You know what?
I just study poopy.
You said it had seeped its way into all facets of your life, and I'm just saying.
Oh, I did.
If there is a fleck of any sort of, I am assuming that
Let's see some hard alcohol around here that you rinse your hands with.
I make my own.
There is not enough alcohol. There is not enough. Respectfully, I assume it would pass any acceptable levels for like some sort of health inspector. It may pass acceptable levels, and for me, that acceptable level, big old goose egg. It is a 0, my friend.
I read you loud and clear. So you're just here for the forge and not for the fecal matter.
I gotta tell you, stankromancy, if it's not involved in baked goods or any sort of food I have to eat, is a very intriguing.
No, of course not.
Oh no.
I am. He says in Scooch, he said, I am interested in some of the stuff that he's got here. There is some articulation to it. I know it doesn't look like it. It's just shit on the walls. But I think there's something here, and maybe if we can find a nugget of what they're looking for, it
Listen,
might pay off in
okay,
the long run.
you know what? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna talk for my friend here. Unless, are you weird about people talking in your head?
No, I have people talking in my head all the time.
Well, then we're just gonna say it around.
Oh,
the room.
that's wonderful.
Right.
Yes.
If we saying, I'm gonna say it for him. If you're looking to hire a honey dipper, I think we got one.
Perfect.
Right.
But you are here for the
my,
forge here and for
Yes, that was the
we
number.
we can broaden our relationship after the forge.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe.
Do you have any other associates here with you that you would like to come with? You may be gone for days.
We're gonna be gone for days.
He smiles a little bit. Oh, it depends.
I'll come.
We-
Okay.
Oh, hold on. No magic will break through this room. Hold on, I have to. And he walks over to one of the glyphs on the wall with one of his hands, and he just scrapes a line through it. Now it should work.
Right. Again,
The rest
If
of you
you
hear
can-
Abraham in your heads.
if you could join us, it seems like we have a bit of a. And he kind of glances, takes a little bit of his intuition into account. I think a bit of a Feywild business going on here that we might need to bounce off on. And regarding this forge, if you know, come join us. We found something. It's fun. It's dirty, but it's fun. Come on.
Tero's immediately upstairs.
I was
I
just
think-
beating Samira.
Yeah, Samira's. As soon as Abe connects with Samira, all he hears is "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, bitch, fuck you."
That's what I thought. Coming
Yeah.
from Crearyn.
We had the same instinct.
Do the two of you also follow Tero upstairs?
I think Samira just starts like, "It's whatever." Starts picking up the cards before Crearyn's inevitable win, and starts putting her deck away and goes
Angrily
upstairs.
picking up this.
Yeah.
Okay. You all make her upstairs, and you all Crearyn, Samira, Tero, you as you get to the top of the stairs, first door on the right, you immediately smell shit and see inside the room where this tall, like 9 to 10 foot tall, emaciated, pale gray elf with big black eyes and like 2 foot long ears is like standing in the room with clothes definitely made from corpses he's robbed from graves.
I start passively casting prestidigitation around my face to
His
avoid the smell.
his
Now, you got to get in the room to get rid of the poo smell. It's not in the room.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't need to breathe.
his skin tone and eye color is the same as Tero's, and he looks at Tero. Oh, you'll travel with one of my descendants. Well, sort of.
Who?
Your friend's lineage is descended from my lineage over generations.
Abraham looks back and forth, and he's just like, "Yeah, it checks out."
So, I am Old Stinky. That is the name they have given me. It is a pleasure to meet the rest of you. You can see how he's got jars full of shit everywhere. Are the three of you here for my fecal paraphernalia?
No.
My fantastic fecal wonders?
Am I able to read anything he's written on the wall?
No.
No? Okay.
You don't know the language
Not
either.
even Infernal?
You don't know the
Okay.
language either.
Cool. I mean,
I love that there's languages that we don't know. I love that.
actually, I might
No.
need something from him. Do you happen to have any niter, silver, or pine tar?
No.
No? Alright. Next time, I guess.
Now, before we proceed to my forge, did you know you can use fecal matter as a heat source?
I think I heard about that somewhere.
It is.
Dried
It is
fecal matter you
flammable,
can
yeah.
burn and use to provide warmth. Just bringing it up before we go to my forge.
Right.
I'm guessing that's gonna be a main.
Prepare yourselves.
So, before we go, he snaps his fingers, and kind of like Mary Poppins style, his backpack opens up, and all the jars of shit begin like floating off the shelves and into the backpack. And he's humming while he's doing so.
Oh my god, is he saying prestidigitolium?
No, he's just humming.
Like
He's
from
just
Sword and
humming.
Stone.
unblinking. The glyphs are like being smeared off the walls by like invisible hands. The room is clean once more, and he puts the backpack on. Now, friends, new acquaintances, we go to my domain.
And where is that again?
A place of wonder and whimsy and beautiful things.
Does it rhyme with Schmaywild?
No,
Okay.
it rhymes with Schmatto Schmel.
Oh
No.
Why are you?
no.
What?
And he-
Wait.
Abraham pegged it wrong.
He he's still definitely Fey, and he sticks a finger in one of his like jars that he's got full of poop, like up to the knuckle, up to like the second. He's got like 4 knuckles in each finger, so he goes like down to the 4th knuckle, takes the finger out, and paints like a symbol on the wall.
Abraham's paying as much attention as he can.
And just a doorway appears. It's a shadowy black doorway, and he's like, "This way, friends, to the forge," and he steps through.
Well, it's better
Tero,
than keeping Crearyn in card
Tero
games.
immediately follows.
Yeah, I'm going in too.
I'll follow.
Oh, before you all go, watch your step. But you basically watch your step, and that's when when old Stinky steps through the light. You only hear him say, "Watch your step."
Right. I can't put my finger on it, but this Stankromancer. Oh, I feel like there's something I could learn. Right, let's go.
He just walks through.
Yep. Oof. Abe and Tero disappear
Abe's
through the portal, or the doorway.
Yep.
Samira goes
Over.
through. Scooch goes through. Just Crearyn on the other side still.
Fine. I'm gonna both go through as well.
You all step through,
Watching their step.
and you are standing in a sewer.
Yep.
That is about 4 feet deep of muck. And the sewer just stretches for as far as the eye can see, just down the solitary tunnel. There are torches along the walls, and the scent is very easy to discern of what it might be. He turns around. "Welcome to my domain. Onwards to the forge." And he begins leading the way and humming along the way.
To the forge.
And there is no doorway behind where you stepped through. And as he leads you through this domain of the Shadowfell, his domain, that's where we're gonna end the session for the week. Because we didn't get to a break. We didn't get to a break this week, but you know, we started late, and here we are.
Yeah.
The Stankrofel.
So,
Stankromancer.
yeah,
The Shadow fell.
that's old Stinky.
Or like Shadow Smell.
Oh,
There it is.
but we'll pick up there next week. Sam, this is what you get next week because you weren't here.
Yeah, shadow smell.
Poop. You get poop.
Yeah, the poop domain. So yeah,
Oh,
I get
boy.
to fully flesh out the domain of dread that's all about poop.
Oh, lovely.
Is it really? Oh, that's vile.
Well, filth.
Vile.
It's filth. The filth domain. But yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. See you all back here next week. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.